industry is quite volatile. As we mentioned before, the prices are increased 2 times in the past 7-8 months. So it's worth looking beyond the cycle, not only on the current situation, but what happened before and what will happen in the next couple of years. So what we're currently seeing is that the steel makers' spread is above its historical average, which indicates the market deficit, which I was talking about. So currently the supply lags demand. On the other hand, from the other hand, it was mentioning there is a quite strong cost support because Chinese steel producers are actually facing higher cost than elsewhere in the world, because they face tight situation in coking coal prices. So, which I also wanted to mention is that it's always worth looking at the steel capacity utilization, because it's the single most important parameter indicating the steel industry profitability. So what we are seeing in 2021, that because of the rapidly increasing demand and the lagging supply, which is lagging behind, the steel capacity utilization is around 83% and will continue to be above 80% for the remainder of 2021.
Asking such people, after they received such information, they went to the scrap collectors, to the scrap processing companies, and after that they asked them to pay additional taxes, around 20% from the whole amount they already paid to the private persons. We are trying now to make the ban of this personal tax, because in majority of the developed countries, it is there is no any personal tax or any tax like this. So about trade flows of steel scrap. About these trade flows, I mean such trade flows that collected by people, not collected by companies, not collected by steel mills when we're talking about home scrap. It is trade flows that already collected from the ground. So you can see that collection of the steel scrap is around 26 million tons, and today we understand that because of the metal stock is around 1,600,000,000 tons. We have annually end-of-life flows of products around, with metal content, with weight around 45 million tons. So if we'll count one of the very interesting parameter like end-of-life recycling rate, in Russia it is around 40. When we're talking about the average rate in the world, it is around 60. But if we'll try to understand different segments like end-of-life vehicles recycling, we understand that Russia today is not in front.
First of all, coronavirus. The coronavirus remains a major factor of instability. In the last year and in the first quarter of 2021, in this year, border restrictions and delivery time shifts have occurred, and such risks will occur in the future in this year. Next challenge, it is the climate. Winter of this year was extremely cold in Europe, America and Asia, and this has led in some cases to shifts in delivery times. Next challenge I have named multipolar world. I mean that now different countries have different interests in Europe, America, Asia, China, and this can lead to unpredictable restrictions this year. And for me, I am a procurement person. I was chief procurement officer. For me, the main challenge was the unpredictable sharp price growth in the fourth quarter of last year. In last year, really, I think a lot of people didn't think about so sharp growth in price, and it was the real challenge for all procurement person. All of these challenges mean for procurement person, for procurement organization, that we need to prevent this challenge. How we can prevent this challenge? The first idea is to increase the stocks.
There is a deficit and the shortage of raw materials in most of the world. I know that Russia is a traditional exporter of pig iron. In addition to exporting of scrap, Russia is also exporting such kind of raw materials as pig iron and also DRI. Severstal itself is not exporter of pig iron because we are focusing on more high value added products. We also try to minimize our export of semi-finished products such as slabs, and kind of core of our product mix is HVA and hot rolled coil. But I know that many producers in Russia are exporters of pig iron, and here it's important to mention to understand how the situation in terms of green steel and the green kind of economy will develop, because as we know, the pig iron is not always the kind of the most clean source of metallics for the further production, and in this situation, it would be good to understand also the requirements and requests of pig iron consumers. It's quite important raw material for them because it allows for the additional quality metallics into scrap mix. But we believe that going forward, such products as DRI will be more kind of required by those steel makers which are mostly EAF based, producing with the electric arc furnaces, because again, due to the climate change and due to kind of transition to more green production.